I mean, with the resistance that your father and your uncle faced, you don't have a fear of this?
You want to pick a fight with these people?
You know what? I am much more scared than of dying. I am much more frightened that my kids are going to grow up in an America where they don't have rights. And that, we're now just addicted to permanent war. And there was a whole generation of Americans in 1776 that gave us this Constitution, and many of them died. Between 25,000 and 70,000 Americans died in the Revolutionary War to give us the Bill of Rights. Right. And then we created this incredible middle class, and that's all being stripped from us now. And so, I think all of us have to be willing to take risks and make sacrifices so that our kids can have those same rights.
When we speak about the day, because we often in this room speak about the day, Biden and the other names that you named, those are people that, they're going to deteriorate, they're not going to last. So who comes after them? Or would you say that it is a force that's maybe even beyond human beings?
Yeah, it's a self-perpetuating system where, we used to at least have one party that was anti-war. The Democratic Party was always anti-war and the Republican Party was pro-war, but now they're both pro-war. And, so it's self-propagating. The people who rise to the top of those parties and get the contributions so that they can run for office and get the promotions are the people who support the war machine. And, I'm running against the war machine. Oh, and I'm a threat to all of those interests.
Is there any satanic thing behind any of that? Any satanic thing behind any of that?
That is beyond my range of knowledge.
I'm sure you've heard things, though.
Yeah,
because we hear things. We hear things out here, and we hear that the powers that be are really a satanic group that is being disguised. So, I know in your profession, you would know something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they don't see themselves that way, but maybe they do. I don't know. We all have a capacity to judge ourselves based upon our intentions rather than our actions. You know what I mean? And people, can convince themselves that what they're doing, whatever it is right. I mean, people think, people believe that we're there helping the Ukrainian people in a fight for freedom. And that is the narrative. But, we're given these kind of comic book narratives. There's a good guy and a bad guy, and we're always on the good side. But we've been involved in, in hundreds of foreign wars. And, and Russia and China haven't. We need to start looking at our own involvement.
And you're not bothered by the idea that bringing this kind of stuff to the forefront puts you in danger by people who don't want it to stop?
I am, but I take what care that I can. But I think it's more important. I mean, for me, I feel like I don't have a choice, that I need to fight this.
Okay. Why should anyone believe you?
Well, nobody should believe me. People should do their own investigation. And, if what I turn out to say, I think if you investigate it, that you'll be convinced that it's correct. But you shouldn't believe me just because I'm sitting here talking to you.
Okay. Second, why should anyone trust you? That your agenda is what you say it is, that once you get in office, these are the things that you're going to attempt to change.
Because the cliche is it doesn't.
Yeah, that's an easy one because I have a track record. I have a track record over the last 18 years of standing up against corporate power and against government corruption and being punished for it constantly, being censored, being, having suffering a lot of, loss of friendship, losses of relationships, dramatic losses of income, and loss of status, and the power that I once had wielded because I'm a member of this family and because I had a long, credible record as an environmentalist. And I walked away from that for this battle, and people have watched me over years fight this battle. So, I think I have I think if you talk to me, because you guys have not been following me, but I think if you talk to people or, read about my track record, I think that would convince you that the one thing I am is trustworthy.
Golf clap. I wasn't sure you were going to answer that question at all.
Now, the important question is, will you consider Kanye West for the vice president?
I'm thinking Killer Mike or Kendrick.
Killer Mike and Kendrick. Shout out to that.
I'm here for that. Killer Mike. Michael is
Killer Mike. My kids love Killer Mike. I love Killer Mike. I would love to. I can't get him on the phone anymore. He stopped answering my calls.
He stopped answering your call?
Yeah.
Didn't you two get it?
Gotta
I think he got in
FaceTime
some
him
kind of trouble
What?
hanging out with you.
Yeah, I think he got in trouble for hanging out with me.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
did Cube.
So did Cube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're next. Like you,
Yeah.
we're definitely on the list. We're
Yeah?
in trouble now.
Are you on
yeah.
YouTube?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah.
See?
No.
What's your position
Let's
on
not-
reparations?
Just don't say the V word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we need jobs, just keep this in mind. This is your
yeah,
fault.
yeah.
But that was one of the things that I did identify with you on, taking that stance. So,
All right, well, if you're on YouTube, we shouldn't talk about that.
yes, at all. At all.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.